So, we got Arrow back, guys. Arrow is back. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 5, Episode 1, Legacy. And this is a return to a show that started off good, got even better in Season 2, and then we got to Season 3, and Season 3 showed promise at first, and then it started dipping down a little bit for a lot of people. And I'll admit, Season 3 and 4 were not as good as Season 1 and 2. Even though there were still some good episodes here and there. Mostly the team-ups and crossovers, right? With some of the other shows like Flash and Constantine. And now we get to this episode. And I can honestly say, this to me shows a lot of promise. What I really liked about this episode was how much it felt like a continuation of Season 2. It had that tone of Season 2 back. It felt like it could have been a Season 2 episode. It was a lot more darker and a little bit more violent. But that's what Arrow was in the beginning. And I felt like they started adding elements that Arrow maybe shouldn't have, like more supernatural-ish elements. And maybe that's what wasn't really working. I don't know. But this episode was a lot more grounded. And we haven't seen an episode this grounded for a long while. And I gotta say, I think it really worked. I really enjoyed this episode. This definitely was a really exciting setup for the rest of the season, I thought. The stunts in the episode were really well done, I felt. I haven't enjoyed... there were some episodes in Season 3 and 4 that were pretty good action sequences. I think the one that comes to mind the most is that episode where Ra's al Ghul and Oliver are fighting on the mountain together, shirtless. And this episode felt like it was kind of like that, but even better. There's some impressive fighting scenes in this episode that I was really impressed by, especially when the camera followed Oliver. Like, there was that one scene where he jumps on top of the guy and they crash through one floor and go down to the other. There's some pretty impressive things going on in this episode, and the violence, even though it's cable television, network television, they're kind of restrained on what they can do. You can feel it's a little bit more rougher than the usual Arrow episode. But yeah, I thought that was all great. I really love the interaction with Oliver and his old team. He's kind of missing his old team, Thea and Diggle. And I feel like the way Oliver and Felicity were interacting with each other in this episode really felt very reminiscent of the earlier seasons of Arrow, where Felicity, I think, works better as a supporting character, not as a love interest. And thankfully, towards the end there, we saw Felicity is moving on from Oliver, which I think is a good thing. And I think a lot of people will agree with me that that's a good thing, because we hate Felicity. We don't hate the character of Felicity. We just hated it that she was with Oliver because it became a soap opera. We like the superhero drama of the show. And that's what I think Flash does well, and that's what I think Arrow does well. The superhero drama, not the love drama. That drama you guys are terrible at. But this is the kind of drama I like to see in the show. And that interaction with Felicity at the computer doing her thing, that's awesome. She's still Overwatch. I love it. Let's keep things this way between them. Let's, have Oliver move on. Felicity looks like she's already on the right path. I'm liking that. I don't know who the guy is that she's with. We're going to learn a little bit more about him, obviously, as the season progresses. So I'm definitely looking forward to that storyline. I like that Thea wants to move on, but I'm hoping she comes back eventually as Speedy. I think she will. Same thing with Diggle. We know Diggle's coming back because he has a new helmet, and, the producers aren't going to let that helmet go to waste. I still didn't see what was affected by Flashpoint, because the producers did say Flashpoint will affect Arrow a little bit. Not drastically, but a little bit. And they said one of the things that will definitely be different is something to do with Diggle. So I was expecting maybe Oliver and Diggle not to be friends anymore. I don't know. Maybe Lila is dead. Who knows? They haven't revealed anything, I don't think, unless I missed it. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, so far I'm liking where all the relationships are. I like that Diggle is accepting that Oliver is thinking about this new team that he's going to start creating. It looks like in the next episode he's starting. He even accepted what's his name, Mr. Terrific, right? He told him, yeah, okay, fine. But he kind of answered it in like, it's your funeral, man. If you want to join my team, it's going to be tough. So Oliver, we know I've seen the trailers. There's clips of Oliver training the new team. So it's going to be interesting seeing that interaction, which I think we'll be getting into next week. The flashbacks, I gotta say, the flashbacks are on a nice little interesting thing, and a character returned in the flashbacks, Antonoli, who we haven't seen since season 2 of the show, which I figured that he'd be one of the characters returning. But we also got Bertinelli had a small little cameo in this episode. Bertinelli, if I remember correctly, is the Huntress's father, right? So, and he was shot in the episode too, so it looks like he's already dead. Will we see the Huntress again sometime this season? I think we will. We haven't seen her since season 2. We haven't seen her since season 2, and Oliver said that we'll be seeing a character. But I guess Antonelli is that character from season 2. I don't know, but it sounds like we're going to get a lot of past characters, because from what we also learned, the book, his father's book with the list of names, will come back into play this season. So I'm really looking forward to how that's all going to work out. And the villain in this episode seemed I forgot what his name was. The guy with the brass knuckles and punching the guy, man. He seems pretty threatening, but he doesn't seem to be like the real threat of the season. I was thinking to myself, is this guy going to be the main threat? I mean, like, I knew they were going to go grounded, but I didn't know they were going to go that grounded. And then we see at the very end, there's this hooded guy, kind of like Malcolm Merlin, but taken to the next level. We never got to see his face, but he looks like he's going to be very intimidating, which I'm really excited about. This is much better than Damien Dark. I'm going to say that. I like Damien Dark, but I didn't feel that he suited Arrow. So I'm looking forward to Damien Dark more in Legends of Tomorrow. So this episode definitely had a lot of things going for it, which I really enjoyed. I liked the tribute to Black Canary. I thought that was really nice. And we got to find out what she said, Laurel said to Oliver before she died. That was really nice. I was expecting something a little bit more, but that's fine. What we got was good. And we know she's coming back somehow. We don't know how, but it's going to be interesting to see how I have a theory, but it could be wrong. It could go somewhere else. I don't know. The Flashpoint thing is still a little confusing. We're going to see how it affects all these shows. And but so far, I gotta say, this is a great start, a great coming back party, I guess, for Arrow. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. This is a really strong episode, guys. Comment below and tell me what your thoughts are on this episode, because I'm hoping other people are watching it and giving it a chance again, because this feels like season 2 of Arrow again, which I really loved. Season 2 is definitely the high point of Arrow so far. There might be some great episodes in season 3 and 4, but like I said, season 2 was the best complete season. And season 1 was really good too, and it looks like season 3, if you really think about it, it feels like this is the true continuation of season 2. So I'm really excited to see the rest of the season, and I hope it keeps this pace, this tone. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see everything else this season. It's very promising so far. So like this video if you agree with me, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you are also a fan of Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. And check me out on Twitter and Facebook and interact with me, guys. I want to talk to more Arrow and Flash fans and more Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl fans. All you guys, if you are a fan of superhero movies and TV shows, I am too. And I want to interact with more fans because I don't know too many people in my personal life that like superhero shows as much as I do, or superhero movies. I know some, but not as much to my standards. So if you are a huge superhero fan, talk to me. And until next time, guys, I can't wait for next week. Arrow's back. I'm so excited. It feels right again. And until next time, take care.